All right, it has been over 30 days at this point for when I started my camera confidence challenge, and I feel like I've learned quite a lot from the past plus 30 plus days of doing this. Primarily just me like turning on the camera and recording. I think that's like the number one thing that I was able to do consistently, and um, I'm gonna talk about all the lessons I learned basically from that challenge and what I think it takes to sort of master camera confidence in a way. Obviously, I'm not a master at it. I'm just like someone who's done it for 30 days, but I feel like a lot of benefits from having done it. So I'll say from the beginning, I was sort of like doing a bit more of a performance. Like I was just turning on the camera, like getting ready and like making sure I want to know what I'm talking about. Even then, I kind of still didn't. I just had the topic in my mind. But I still like wanted to make sure the audio quality was really good, that the camera angle was right, the composition. Was I using my good camera? Was I using my phone? I thought about all of those things, And I feel like obviously that's part of, making sure you're comfortable with the way you look on camera and all that stuff is important, and how the quality looks, the audio quality, all of it, it's important. But when it comes to like just mastering camera confidence, the number one thing I realized that I was heading towards was just like being myself on camera, like being okay with flaws, mistakes, not having the best composition, not having like my appearance look the best while I'm on camera, not speaking the best, and being okay with all of it. Just like, it isn't that I don't care. I do care, but it's like more so just accepting that if I'm to master this confidence on camera, I just have to be okay with being myself and making mistakes and letting go of all those things that eat up at my mind, just like wanting everything to be perfect or good, That's probably the biggest lesson and biggest takeaway from this whole 30-day challenge of trying to master camera confidence, is just like being okay with that. Especially like not cutting. Back then, whenever I made videos where I talked to the camera, even if they were like on my second channel like this one, I would still make sure I go into the editing, like add some cuts, make the color a bit better, all that stuff, like things that add time to it. And it's not a bad thing if you're trying to grow on YouTube, but for this second channel, my purpose is just to post whatever, right? And so I'm like letting go of all these things that I thought I needed back then, that I was like, oh, I can't do this unless it's up to this quality. But now I'm just recording on my phone. I don't even have like an external microphone. I didn't set Apple Log or whatever. It's just like the normal phone recording. And walking, I don't know where I'm walking in Japan, but I'm trying to get to a grocery store right now, but my hand is getting tired. But it's like these little things where, you're just okay with the flaws and like not being perfect at recording or not having the perfect quality all the time. Like this, for instance, this car is passing by me, but like I'm okay with it. The audio is not going to be great, but I've learned to let go of all those things, is what I'm trying to say. And letting go has really made this whole process so much easier, and so much like it feels better. It allows me to actually focus on being on camera and focus on like that confidence aspect and giving myself permission to just be myself. That was the biggest lesson that I wanted to talk about. I think another thing is just like topics. I always try my best to like at least have one big topic in mind before I start talking to the camera, and I think that helps. Otherwise, like I start to veer off topic. And I think in the whole challenge there's only one video that I didn't release, and it was that video where I was talking about one thing and then I started talking about something else, and I was like, this video feels so weird. Like I was originally talking about what was I talking about? I was talking about, like do something every day and then you change your life that way. I ended up not releasing that video because I just felt like it was such a bad, like weird switch. So in that sense, I do still have like some standards, but every other video I managed to at least stay on one topic, and so that really helps to know your topic, like know what you want to talk about before you hit that record button. For none of the videos I created bullet points. I didn't create 0 bullet points, which is not necessarily a good thing. I feel like having those bullet points would have been very, very helpful. But yeah, I guess it's sort of not my style to do that right now. I think eventually with my main channel, I will do, okay, there's so much noise over there. But eventually on my main channel, I would do more stuff where I'm riffing with the camera versus like scripting, because yeah, well, I'm gonna talk about that challenge eventually, so not too much here, but it's basically me trying to like strip down the process and just make it like the path of least time. And scripting takes a lot of time, and so we're gonna like 80-20 the whole thing. We'll talk about it in a video pretty soon when we start this challenge of trying to make more viral content, I guess. Or maybe not viral content, but just like better content for YouTube. Ah, my arm is so tired. I just recorded a previous video. But that is pretty much it for mastering camera confidence and the 30-day challenge. I literally just recorded as much as possible for those 30 days. And yeah, if you want to try it, I highly recommend you do, because like just the exposure, the sheer amount of like being on camera and recording yourself and being okay, like especially like reviewing it, when you look at it and you just have to like face yourself and be like, you know what, I kind of look bad in this. I kind of look like a little ugly, but whatever. This camera composition wasn't the best, but whatever. Just like post it, and then you get used to the process and you're just like, whatever. you get desensitized to it basically, and you focus a bit more on the core, which is like the fact that you got to express yourself and say what you wanted. That is what I learned. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about camera confidence in general. Is it hard? I feel like for me, my starting point was already higher. Like I wasn't super shy. I was super shy at first, actually, back before Accutane, but when I had like so much acne. The first video I remember in Dreamlit, my main channel, where, well, it's my name now, but back then when it was called Dreamlit, I made a video which was 30 days of water, 3 liters of water. And yeah, I had such bad acne, and that was the first time I revealed myself on camera, despite the fact that I had such bad acne. And I remember feeling so like, oh, like, especially while rewatching it, I felt so bad. Like it was that stinging feeling in your head that's a little hot, you know, of you like sort of realizing this is how I look. And I'm like, oh my God, well, look how you look on camera, because obviously in real life, depending on the lens, it'll distort your face and all that stuff. Just remember that. Like, you probably look better in real life. That's what my girlfriend told me. As the first thing she noticed when she met me. But either way, that's just something to note. That, and I'm pretty much done with this video at this point. Yeah, just try your best out there. Like, honestly, it took me way more than 30 days to get comfortable on camera. Like, that first video was, at this point, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. And it was just like a slow process of like showing myself more and more over that time period. And then after Accutane, it definitely helped a lot. But even after Accutane, I didn't record myself that much on camera until maybe like maybe like a year or two ago. In Japan especially, I recorded myself the most. So exactly a year ago is when I started recording myself a lot. But before then, not really. But I feel like this 30-day thing or duration will definitely jumpstart whatever skill you want related to camera stuff. So definitely give it a try. Okay, that's it for this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one.